Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video as always. It's Friday, December the 1st, and for the first time in, I can't even remember, winter has arrived on time. I'm in the Cairngorm National Park at my favourite spot. You've seen me here a few times, maybe some of you are bored of it already, but I love it. And with this location and the weather we've got this weekend and the setup I've got, it's hopefully going to be just perfect. I've got a new hot tent with me to try out. It's the Pomoly Stovehut 70, and I was looking for a hot tent which was just a bit more comfortable for staying in when it got, really cold and for longer than one night. Essentially something with a bit of a floor, which my other two tents don't have. So this one does. I also picked up a new sleeping bag for the first time in 7 years. It's a 4-season bag. It's from OEX. I actually got it in the sales recently. I've been looking out for a bag just for the colder temperatures. My Snug Pack bag has been excellent, but it's not really rated below, I don't know, kind of -2, and it's getting a bit old and tired, and I can feel it's not as warm as it used to be. But yeah, I'm not going to hang about. As you know, at this time of year the days are pretty short. It's already 20 to 12. I actually stayed in the van last night up at the Cairngorm car park up Cairngorm Mountain. It was about -4 last night, but more than cosy in the van with the heater and stuff. Just to get in here a little bit earlier, which didn't really happen because it was nice and warm in the van this morning. So I'm going to get this tent set up. I haven't actually set it up before, and I would absolutely not recommend setting up your tent for the first time when it's -7 and there's snow. But I have had it out and I've checked the tie outs and the pegs, and I've already made the hole for the stove jack for the wood stove, and I've watched loads of videos of people putting this tent up. So if that interests you at all, stick around and I hope you enjoy the video. Just quickly, I've laid out all my stuff here. This black sheet is actually the ground sheet for the tent. In terms of taking all this stuff in, it's just the Osprey Ether 70 AG. You've seen me use this so many times. I love this bag. If it ever rips or breaks, I'll just buy a new one. It's a 70 litre pack, and yeah, it just does me every trip really. I've never had issues with it. I've got a small first aid kit and toiletry bag in the top lid here. But I'll start over this side. So this is the Pomoly Traveller 3 wood stove. It's a fixed flue stove, as in it doesn't roll up. So it's a little bit bulky, but it is light. Doesn't fit in my bag, so I have to carry that beside me, but I don't mind. This is the new tent. It's a little bit bulky. It's about 2.3 kilos, I think, but I'll talk about that a bit later on, because you get a lot of tent for that weight. Sleeping pad and my new down sleeping bag. That just fits in the bottom pouch of my bag. Base layers here, a couple of base layers, and a spare t-shirt and underwear. Not much extra clothing at all, just something dry and warm if I do get wet. This is food for 2 days. I've taken like bacon and steak and these kind of bulky things as well. Could have made it a lot smaller with like dried foods, but I don't mind carrying the extra weight for the comfort food. In terms of tools, I got my silky saw. I've got a small hatchet. The firewood is never big here, so it's not as if I've got a lot of splitting to do, but I just took this just in case. And then I've just got my Mora small fire kit, another just hydration pack for collecting extra water, and then I've just got a little leather mat and a wax canvas sheet just to, just for working on or keeping things off the ground. I've got this lantern, which is a light, but it also doubles up as a power bank, which is good. This is just batteries and like camera stuff and cables and things. Another little small possibles pouch with, you know, I don't know, sharpening stone and extra carabiners and paracord, that kind of thing. Air pump for the mattress. In terms of cooking and eating, just got my little camp cup. I tend to take the metal cup over the wooden cup when it's colder, because not only can I put that on the wood stove directly, but it also keeps your hands warm as well, which the wooden cup doesn't do. I've just got my billy can for main sort of boiling water, and I've got a few bits and pieces inside, just spice kit and oil pretty much. Lightweight frying pan, lightweight titanium plate, and then my Trangia kettle with a bag of coffee inside. I think that's kind of it for me. I didn't bother hauling in water because obviously we've got snow and there's a water source all the way in, so I didn't bother carrying the extra weight. And I actually sacrificed this container, which has mulled wine in it at the moment, so that should be good. Warm mulled wine on the wood stove. Oh, the other thing is, this is the drone. So the drone and all the batteries fit into this case, which is not very big on its own, but it is a little bit bulky when you're, you know, having to take everything else in. But it still fits in the bag, in the back pouch in the bag, so it's not too bad, and it's light. Oh, and then I've just got my ground mat, which I'll use for extra insulation. Again, it's a bit bulky, but it weighs absolutely nothing, so it's not a problem. And that just leaves Darach. So Darach's wearing his rough wear bag. He's just got 4 portions of food, a lightweight bowl, and his inflatable bed, and a lead, and that's it. So it looks bulky, but there's no weight to it. Oh, and then this is his sleeping bag, but that was actually in my bag as well. It actually compresses down and fits in there. So that's it. But anyway, yeah, any questions about the gear or any tips or, you know, suggestions, just leave them in the comments down below. So yeah, just peg out the 4 corners first. That's pretty much the main shape of the tent, and then it's just a case of working around, pegging out the tie outs and making it all taut really. So here it is. As you can see, it's pretty big. So we've got the front basically zips up, and you put these 2 poles in, and then they're tied out onto the ground. I'm not going to keep it like this, but it's handy for getting stuff in and out at the moment. This is the extra section on the side for the wood stove. It's just got a stove jack in it, just a velcro one, just like most of these tents. And like I say, I've put the wood stove in already, so you can see what that looks like. At both ends you've got an access. This is just a double zip door, but you've also got a bug net layer as well on both ends, and also on the front too, which I've actually just rolled up here at the moment. So it's ideal for the summer. You can have all this open with ventilation and bug protection. So that's really good, because I was worried a little bit about getting in and out around the stove, but as you can see, there's plenty of ways to get in and around. I did add couple of the extra tie outs just on the wood stove bit, just for, you know, extra stability so it doesn't move around. The back of it still doesn't look quite right to me, but you've got extra tie outs to maximise the room inside. You can use a ridge line if you want to. It's got tie out points all the way along, so if you wanted it between two trees and forget the poles completely, you could do that as well. I'll take you around the other side. Go on then, you can go. Didn't even plan that. But yeah, you can see there's plenty of room inside. Darach will be there. I might put him closer to the stove later, depending on how cold it gets. And my setup's just there. Plenty of room for my bag and firewood and stuff as well. And yeah, this is just the other side of it. So you've got another door, another bug net behind the door, and a bit of a storm flap as well, just so if you had it open, the rain's not dripping on you, or the snow. And that's pretty much it. It's just gone 4 o'clock. I'm going to start losing light rapidly now. I can feel it chilling down too. It's about -6 at the moment. So I'm going to take the awning down on the tent and get it kind of zipped up and maybe build a bit of warmth in there. Right guys, that's 11:30. I've been out 2 or 3 times to try and see the aurora, but no luck. It's a really clear night though, and the moonlight's bright enough to walk around without a head torch. It's really nice, but yeah, I'm pretty tired now, and it's about -8 outside. So I'm in bed in the new sleeping bag. Darach's in his sleeping bag. Just loaded up the wood stove with a bit more wood, and yeah, we're nice and warm at the moment. But I'm gonna leave it there for today, and we will see you in the morning. Morning folks. Bit colder than was forecast this morning. It's saying -11. I'm definitely feeling it a little bit. I don't keep the stove running through the night because I'd obviously have to stay awake, and I can't fill it with enough wood to last all night. So yeah, it was pretty chilly in the tent this morning. I finished eating and had a coffee, and then I've just been hanging out in the tent for a while, just trying to warm up properly. But the sun's out now, as you can see. I'm just going to go for a wander around the forest because it just looks so nice. It's just so still, sun's out, really crisp and cold. Right, I'm back in the tent. It's just about 10 to 4, I think. I'm losing light pretty rapidly now. I checked the thermometer, it's -7 at the moment. I'm just gonna have a hot drink just now and a dehydrated meal, just like a late lunch kind of thing really. Yeah, nothing much to report. The joys of trying to film YouTube in the winter. Just been relaxing in the tent. It's nice and warm. I'm just about to cook dinner. I went outside to check the thermometer that I've got hanging up, and it's saying -9 at the moment, so it's 11 o'clock, so we're just about to head to bed. Again, didn't really do much. Had dinner, it was good. Had a hot chocolate after it, but yeah, just relaxing by the wood stove really. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I will see you in the morning. Morning folks, I just finished getting the stove on, feeling the cold this morning. It's quite damp in here too, so it's 10 to 6, so it's quite early yet, but I just thought I'd put the stove on, seeing as though I don't even have to get out of bed to reach it. Got it started very easily, especially on my dry wood shavings. So it's feeling a lot more comfortable in here already. Darach's properly tucked away. Are you cold? Are you feeling the cold? It's just past 9 o'clock now, so I'm going to get some breakfast on. Just the same as yesterday. Just I've got the other 2 square sausage and a bit of bacon, and a couple of wraps left as well. Right, that's the tent and everything else packed away. For the fire, I'll let it burn down as much as possible to just, you know, fine ash. I'll then dispose of that ash properly, and then I'll just let the stove cool down. It doesn't take long actually because it's titanium, and in this weather too, you know, within 10 minutes, maybe not even as long as that, to be honest. Damper just comes off, goes in this little pouch, and then these pieces just fit inside. I've got 2 pegs for stabilising the stove and the ground. I'll just put them in there. Job done. That's me, I'm all packed up and ready to head out. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was a fantastic trip. This is just my ideal weather. And to get this weather at all in Scotland, never mind this early in the winter, it's just fantastic. Yeah, a couple points about the tent. I'm really impressed with it. There's a lot of options for a lot of seasons with the bug nets and different openings, you know, not just as a hot tent for colder weather. One thing to consider is when you have a hot tent with thin material like this instead of like a heavy canvas, condensation's always a problem because there's not really much of a barrier between the cold air outside and the warm air inside, especially when the heat from the stove starts to sort of drop off a bit. You get condensation very quickly, and if you're in a tent made of that material without a floor, it's not so much of a problem because if it starts to drip inside, it just drips down to the floor. But because this tent has a floor as opposed to just the bare ground, the water actually collects inside, and it did start to pool a little bit. And also in the morning when it's coldest, a lot of it is ice as well, and then you put the fire on and then it melts again, and so yeah, just something to think about. So yeah, I'll call it a day there. No forest thoughts for this video, unfortunately. I just saw the forecast like the day before and just hurried to get packed up and organised to come on the trip, so I didn't really have anything planned to talk about or any notes. So but hopefully there'll be a forest thoughts back on the next video. But again, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.